If you've ever sat in class thinking, this can't be it, you're not wrong. You weren't made to memorize case studies and follow someone else's path. You were built to create. And if you've been waiting for permission to start, this is it. The students who win, they don't wait until after college to build. They build now. And in this video, I'm going to show you why you must and how to do it. Here's the problem. School was never designed to prepare entrepreneurs. It's built to train you how to follow rules, how to write essays, how to work in teams, how to complete assignments on time. And that's fine if you want a job. But if you feel something deeper, that itch to build something of your own, to do something meaningful, to create value, school alone won't cut it. I remember sitting in a business operations class learning how Procter & Gamble optimized its people supply chain. And I thought, this has zero relevance to what I want to do. The grading system was based on a curve. It wasn't about mastery. It was about beating the person next to you. It was discouraging, confusing, and honestly, it made me start doubting myself. Like maybe I just wasn't cut out for this. But deep down, I still felt this pull, that quiet voice saying, you're supposed to build. My name's Joshua Lee. I run a performance-based e-commerce agency helping legacy American brands scale on platforms like Amazon, Walmart, and Shopify. But it didn't start there. I was a student like you. I studied entrepreneurship at the University of Washington before transferring to the University of Idaho to study finance. In middle school, I ran an eBay store flipping electronics, and in college, I wanted to start an Amazon FBA business. But I got overwhelmed. Importing goods, sourcing, shipping, labels, barcodes. I read through Amazon's documentation at the time, but there were too many gaps in my knowledge. So I stalled out, got scared, hung out with friends instead. Looking back, I do not regret not making money. I regret not listening to that quiet voice inside me, the one that was saying, start. Here are 5 things I wish someone told me when I was 19 years old. They're not just tips, they're shifts. And if you really internalize them, you'll change the way you approach your entire life, not just business. Truth 1, clarity comes through action. Most students try to figure it all out before they start. They wait for the right idea. They want to be 100% ready. They read books, watch YouTube, take courses, but they don't build. That was me. I spent hours reading about selling on Amazon, but I never launched anything. The longer I waited, the scarier it felt. But clarity only comes through movement. One of my friends launched a study guide service. She made a Google form, collected Venmo, and emailed PDFs. Was it scalable? Not really. But she made a few $100 a month, helped people, and learned what real customer service felt like. If you want clarity, start building. You don't need the full plan. You need your next step. Truth 2, business will shape you more than school ever could. School can teach you how to think, but business will teach you who you are. When you are launching something, everything in you gets exposed. Your fears, your ego, your insecurity, your perfectionism. But that's where the growth is. There was a moment I built a sales page and launched a product I believed in. Spent days perfecting it, but nothing sold. I sat there thinking, why does this hurt so much? And I realized I was tying my identity to the outcome. That failure didn't mean I wasn't called. It meant I was growing. Business is the fastest way to develop self-awareness, discipline, leadership, empathy, and courage. It's not about success, it's about refinement. There was a moment during college where I saw the market drop. I thought I had studied enough. I jumped in, confident. I invested tens of thousands too early, lost it fast. I got humbled, so I doubled down, learned more, recovered, made it all back and more. But I got greedy again, didn't follow my system, ignored the warning signs, and lost all of it again. That loss taught me more than any course. And what I learned wasn't about trading. It was about pride, about humility, about what happens when you stop listening to wisdom, to God, to your gut. Truth 3, you're not behind, you're becoming. College is a dangerous place for comparison. Some of your classmates are getting perfect grades. Some are getting internships at big tech companies. Some seem like they have it all figured out. And you might feel like you're falling behind, but you're not. God doesn't grade on a curve. He doesn't care how fast you're going. He cares about who you're becoming. There were seasons where I felt stuck, but looking back, I see how God was preparing me in the hidden place, building my resilience, maturing my mindset, rooting me in something deeper than applause. You're not behind. You're in training. Truth 4, your mindset matters more than your major. I used to think that having the right degree would give me confidence. It didn't. Confidence comes from repetition, from falling on your face and getting back up, from doing what you said you were going to do. If you can control your thoughts, your time, energy, and your attitude, you're already ahead of 90% of people. I've seen business students with 4.0 GPAs who crumble when they face their first rejection. And I've seen C students build 7-figure companies because they knew how to adapt, stay consistent, and keep growing. Business rewards those who are emotionally mature. If I could go back to my freshman year, I wouldn't tell myself to get better grades. I wouldn't tell myself to play it safe. I'd say follow the spark. That small, unexplainable desire to build something. That's not random. That's God speaking in the language of your design. You won't be able to explain it to everyone. Your professors might not understand. Your friends might think you're wasting time, but don't ignore it. The tension you feel, it's a sign of calling. Don't wait for perfect timing. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission. Start. Build something that feels honest and let God meet you in the process. Truth 5. God cares more about your character than your cash flow. This one's personal. We live in a culture that worships outcomes, revenue, growth, followers, metrics. But God is after your heart. He'll use business to expose your idols, your pride, your need for control. And if you let him, he'll shape you into someone strong enough to carry the vision he's given you. I used to get mad when something didn't work out. Now I ask, what are you teaching me in this? That shift from frustration to formation changed everything. God doesn't waste pain. He uses it to prepare you for purpose. Galatians 5 says the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. That's not just a church verse. That's a business strategy. Try building a business without patience, without self-control, without kindness. It won't last. Business is deeply spiritual. Every email you send, every price you set, every customer interaction, it's a reflection of your character. And if you're walking with God, you'll start to see him in the smallest moments. Not just in breakthrough, but in the waiting, in the revisions, in the setbacks. You'll realize I'm not just building a product, I'm becoming someone, and that's the real win. Maybe you're watching this and you feel stuck. You've tried something before and it flopped. You've started and stopped. You've watched others pass you by. You've told yourself you're not creative enough, not smart enough, not business-minded. Let me tell you something. You're not too late. You're not too far behind. You're not broken. You're in process. Everyone you admire had a day where they almost quit, but they stayed in it. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to say yes to the next right step. God will meet you there. If you've made it this far, here's your challenge. Take action this week. Block off 60 minutes on your calendar and call it CEO time. No distractions, just you and your ideas. Use it to brainstorm, research, or test something. Send one message to someone you respect. Ask them what they'd do differently if they started again in college. You'll be surprised how willing people are to help if you're sincere. Make one offer to solve a problem, a real one, for a real person. Doesn't have to be big, just do something for someone and ask for feedback and payment. Let's land this. Recap. Start before you're ready. Movement creates clarity. School is helpful, but it won't grow your character like business will. Don't compare your timeline. You're not behind, you're being built. Your mindset is more important than your major. God doesn't need your perfect plan. He wants your obedience. If this hits something in you, act on it. Don't let it be just another piece of content you watch and forget. Write something down. Text a friend about your idea. Ask God, what are you asking me to do? And if you want to walk this out with others who are building too, subscribe. Not for hype, but for the journey. We're not just building businesses, we're building people.